Hello plant people, how are you guys doing today? If you're new around here, my name is Ashley and I'm a soil scientist. On this channel, I like to take that science and apply it to all things plants. And in today's video, I am here to give you a resource, and this is a surprise weekend video that normally does not happen because generally I upload Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 1 o'clock Central Time like clockwork. However, my ZAPPA seeds arrived and I was way too excited not to share with you before Monday. So here I am. If you guys didn't know, ZAPPA is a Canadian seed retailer and I'm working with them this year through an affiliate link. So any seeds that you purchase through the link down below go directly towards supporting the channel. However, if you just want to buy from ZAPPA, that's totally fine too, because I actually really like supporting Canadian companies and I like supporting smaller Canadian companies. So ZAPPA has been around for approximately 30 years, I believe they said, and they've been working behind the scenes. It wasn't until 2020 that they decided to come to the forefront of the market and try selling their seeds to the public online. And so now they have a website where they deliver seeds to your door. Now, because they've been doing this for 30 years, they're absolute pros. Their germination rates are very, very high. They have lot numbers on all their seeds, meaning they're able to track the germination rates or if there's any issues with their product. So they're completely professional in that stance. However, they are super itsy bitsy right now. So that is my intro. Oh, and before I forget, there's a location in Edmonton and then there's also another location in Ontario. So they are on both sides of Canada. So when I first opened these, I got a whole bunch of seeds and I have, these ones I'm actually super excited for. These are Pioneer cucumbers. They're meant for pickling. I'm excited to try these. I've never tried these before, but all these seeds are GMO, non-GMO, and organic. So my favorite part, I will say, ZAPPA, you've done an awesome job. The packaging is perfect. These are my favorite seed packets because these plastic glazed, these packets are awesome because I always bring my packets directly out into the garden with me. I always have the packets laying on the table when I'm starting my plants indoors, and they always get wet. And once those paper packets get wet, it's done. And that means all the seeds inside are usually garbage because once it's exposed to moisture, we have that little belly button on the seed that soaks that moisture up and it starts the germination process. So because these are in a nice plastic packet, I don't have to worry about that and I can actually reuse these packets year after year. The other really nice part about ZAPPA seed packets is the back where they have the months to start, harvest, and even with the carrots, the basil, the beets, and the lettuce, it also is going to tell you what months you need to thin. That is very important, and I like that it's a very clear indication on the back of the packet. So very well done in that regard. The other part that I really appreciate on these packages is that there is a very obvious space where it has the expiry date. So the expiry date on all the seed packets I got in 2021 say December 2024. That means that these seeds are valid for essentially 3 growing seasons or up to 3 growing seasons. That is really convenient because it's going to let you know when the seeds are no good and when you may need to buy more. So very cool, very well done, you guys. I'm super in love with it. It's great. If you guys want to grab these seeds, like I said, I will leave the links below. And then beyond that ZAPPA side, I want to point you to some other resources to help you out. So I did make a indoor sowing guide for zones 6 and 7. That is out, so you guys can print that off if you're in zones 6 or 7. Now, if you are in the lower zones, your sheet is coming, I promise. So 5 and 4, your zone sheet starting map is going to be this week coming up. And then after that, I'm going to be doing zones 1 through 3. I'm sorry, that's the zone I'm in. That's the bracket I'm in. So I apologize, but that's just life. Now, the reason why I didn't make the zones one specific for 5 and one specific for 6 is because the zones are theoretical. It's theoretically when those zones are supposed to start, and for the most part, 6 and 7 actually kind of jive together. 4 and 5 kind of jive together too, and then 1 through 3 actually amalgamate perfectly for start times. You do not have to follow this like a Bible. I give you about 2 weeks ahead and 2 weeks over when you should start. So I give you about a month, give or take, when it's time to start your plants. Just keep in mind, if it's a particularly cold year and you're using this chart, smaller plants transplant better than larger plants, so a later start is a better start. You can order your seeds in advance. If it's cold outside, seeds actually really enjoy cold, and it may even increase your germination rates due to vernalization, which is essentially a cold snap that triggers life in your seeds. So don't worry about getting these in the mail during wintertime. You don't have to wait till spring to get them. And based on the world right now, I've been talking to some seed retailers, and there is a slight worry that seeds may run out. But when I was talking on the phone with ZAPPA, they said that they're pretty confident that they're going to be able to supply all the needs that they have for seeds. So be sure to grab yours when you need it. And then the second resource is the garden planner. If you guys have not picked this up yet, there is an Etsy link down below for a download where you guys can support the channel directly. However, there is another link for the free version of this because PV Mart and Connected to the Land podcast have decided to sponsor this and offer it to the public for free. So that's really, really cool. What I'm doing with all the proceeds from this planner is I'm going to be donating it to a Canadian charity that is based in community gardens and teaching people about food. So I don't know what that's going to look like yet. I have not yet found one. Do they not exist? If they don't, I may need to start one actually, because that's super upsetting. But I would like it to be for children and teaching children about how to grow vegetables. And the reason for that is because the reason I ever became a soil scientist, the only reason I ever became interested in plants, was actually because of my grandma. So my grandma started gardening with me when I was very, very young. And ever since then, I've been completely obsessed and consumed with plants, indoors and out. So I think that planting and gardening actually comes and starts with childhood. So the more kids I can get interested in agriculture and food production, the better. So I want to penetrate their little brains, and if I can find an organization that works with classrooms or something of that sort on a Canadian scale, that is my goal. This planner works for Americans too, so do not be upset. If you are American, you can utilize this planner just as well as a Canadian can for both the free one and or the one that is on Etsy directly. So if you get this and you decide to use it, there is a page in the book for your seed shopping list. So you can open up that ZAPPA link down below and you can actually start putting in all the little seeds that you want to plant in your garden. So I'm just going to show you what that sheet looks like here. So this here is your seed shopping sheet, and the actual seed shopping, how many seeds or what you need, will be based on your garden budget sheet, which is on the 10th page. And then also you can utilize the page where I put into perspective how much you need to feed your family to determine how many packets you may need for your garden. So that sheet is this one here. So it's average yield per plant. When I printed this out, I clearly didn't put it on the page properly, but this would be your average yield per plant. So I put up here, for example, let's do tomatoes because this is super popular. So I basically state how many tomatoes you need to fill an entire jar, and then how many plants that generally would mean for your family. So this will help you determine how much you're going to need to purchase in order to feed a home for an entire winter. And then also you can utilize the shopping list portion to determine what seeds you would like. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. If you enjoy me, the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button down below. It is official. It is time to start thinking about 2021 gardening season. However, all the zone 3ers are kind of sitting here crying at the moment because we have to wait a very long time still, unfortunately, but that's okay. I'm cool with it. Have fun seed shopping, have fun planning, and I will talk to you guys next time. Bye.